Hey guys, it's Timmy, and this is Pro Wrestling Unlimited as we are here on the 6th of November 2019 to talk about everything that went down tonight on AEW Dynamite. Tonight's AEW Dynamite did come to us from Charlotte, North Carolina, and it was the go-home show for their last pay-per-view of the year, Full Gear, that comes to us this coming Saturday. And I don't know about this show, guys. I don't know if it was that I was more excited for the NXT show because of what was going on over there or what, but this show really just didn't do it for me this week. It really, I felt under-delivered, especially as far as a go-home show does go for your last pay-per-view of the year. I really felt that they should have done more. I get it. You could say, oh, well, all the main matches, they brawled at the end. Yeah. Is that all AEW can do? Brawls at the end of their show? Almost every single week, it's either a brawl or a beatdown. And it's usually a beatdown from a brawl. It's like, can they do anything else to end a show? Just saying. But before we get into it, let's see who's here with us in the live chat. We got George John Cox, Jeff Guevara, Woken King Slender, Sinclair Saturday. We've got Fred Bucks. We've got Mr. Fluffy. We've got Jason Dalton. And if you ever wondered, hey, why is Jason Dalton's name green? Why does he have a little badge next to his name? That is because he is a direct supporter of PWUnlimited. If you've ever gone down there where it says subscribe and seen the button that says join, that is how you can join and become a member of the PWUnlimited YouTube channel. As a member of the PWUnlimited YouTube channel, you are directly contributing and supporting us here in what we do. Also, you will get some cool extra stuff. You can use emojis in the live chat. You have a badge next to your name. Your name's green in the live chat, and so much more. Again, all you got to do is hit that join button to become a member of the PWUnlimited YouTube channel. Also, before we get going, I do want to do a little housekeeping here. I want to let you guys know that everything on our TeePublic store right now is 35% off. That is t-shirts, hoodies, stickers, cell phone cases, pins, so much more. And with that, all you got to do is head over to the link in the description or on the screen right now, bit.ly/PWU store. Not only will you get some of our shirts, our hoodies, our designs, but you can also get designs like this Becky Lynch and John Moxley design from other artists that we sponsor, that we spotlight on our PWU TeePublic store. Again, head over to the PWU TeePublic store, bit.ly/PWU store. Now, as everything, hoodies, t-shirts, stickers, cell phone cases, pillows, tote bags, they're all 35% off right now. Again, head over there before the sale does end. But with that, let's talk some AEW Dynamite. Again, I thought tonight's show could have been better, especially for a go-home show. I thought it was a little underwhelming, and the show did kick off with a pretty okay match with Pac and Trent Baretta. Pac got the best of the opening grapple exchange. Pac rolled to the floor, while Orange Cassidy stared him down. Jason Dalton, it's not that I'm getting sick again. It's that I never lost the cough and the stuffed up nose. So, Trent hit Pac with a back elbow and then a vertical suplex into a bridge for a near fall. They brawled on the outside, where Pac repeatedly sent Trent into the barricade. They were allowed Pac's suck chants from the crowd. Pac draped Trent throw first on the barricade and then hit a top rope, a tope, over the top rope to the floor. Pac then hit a missile dropkick for a 1 count, then used a chin lock. Trent used a Ray Stevens-like flip into the corner, and Pac hit a bridging German for a 2. Pac clotheslined Trent over the top rope, and Chuck Taylor distracted the referee as Orange Cassidy jumped in. He hit his nonchalant kicks. I hate this fucking shit. And Pac retaliated with kicks of his own and knocked him out of the ring. This brought Trent back in after he recovered. Came back with a clothesline, tope con hilo, and then a spear on the floor. Trent hit a running knee for a 2. Pac then tossed Trent back inside, hit the black arrow for a near fall, and then used the brutalizer submission for the victory. The end of the match looked a little botched, and Trent didn't seem to kick out of the black arrow exactly when he was supposed to, but it was all right. Now, Logan Richardson in the chat says, I was at the show. The show was great, but almost half the arena was tarped off. 5,000 people were there max. Yikes. That's not good. Not good at all. Give me 1 second to look at something. So, Logan, I'm going to have a question for you here shortly. When the Jericho video played, it was kind of awkward on TV. So when we get to that, I'm going to need your opinion as far as being there live. Because I got one guy telling me something that happened, so I want your opinion as well. So the next thing we did get on the show was Cody's announcement that we were supposed to get 2 weeks ago, and then they did the big brawl with Jericho in the inner circle, so we never got it. Cody came out, and he had Tony Schiavone in the ring with him. And he was like, I've got an announcement to make. It's a career announcement. And I'm thinking, well, what kind of career announcement are you going to make? You ain't retiring. And then Cody said before AEW started, we're not going to do long, drawn out promos that make no sense, that are just talking to talk. But what the fuck did Cody do tonight? He talked to talk. Cody said the inner circle has been surgical in their attack on the elite. But they were already looking for guys like that. So they wanted people. This didn't make no sense. Cody said, the elite have been looking for guys like the inner circle to go up against. We've wanted guys who want to take us down. Why? I get it, you want competition. But what? Cody said that he wanted to raffle off some names here. He said Bill Watts, Dusty Rhodes, and a bunch of other names I didn't get written down. He said that these were men, and these men were like titans. But their legacy comes with an asterisk for some, because they were also executives like himself. He said he's proud of being an executive, proud of what AEW has done, proud of AEW's pay, the schedule, and he said AEW represents freedom for the wrestlers. I was like, oh, another shot at WWE, you goon. Cody then said, but as the executive, I've got to make a hard decision. I've got an announcement that I'm going to make. If I don't beat Chris Jericho this Saturday for the championship, I will never challenge for the AEW title again. And the first damn thing that popped into my mind was, oh, fuck. Cody's winning this belt. There is no absolute goddamn way that Cody will, quote unquote, never challenge for the title again. So Cody's got to win. And I don't like that at all. He said that Jericho dismissed him as a millennial bitch, but Jericho had the same privileged upbringing as his father was a very popular and successful hockey player that gave him everything he wanted growing up. He then called Jericho a dick and said he said he's going to beat him for his mom, his sister, his wife, and his family. He said he promised to eat the inner circle alive. I mean, the promo wasn't bad, but again, it could have been shorter. He drew it out a little bit, and it was all right. So, next up, we got Private Party and Dark Order. So, leading up to today, I think it was yesterday and today, this match was actually promoted and advertised as a triple threat. Private Party, Dark Order, and Angelico and Jack Evans. And a video was put out earlier in the day of Private Party talking, saying, yeah, we were supposed to do a triple threat tonight, but now It's a number one contender tag team match. And we learned before this match that for some goddamn reason, Lucha Bros just get a title shot. Lucha Bros just automatically get to go to Full Gear and challenge for the belts, even though they lost in the finals. But Private Party, who lost in round 2, and Dark Order, who lost in round 2, they got to re-earn their shot. Why? Why do the Lucha Bros just get to... Sorry, guys. Sorry for that. But my whole thing is, why do the Lucha Bros just get to skip the line and automatically get a title shot? But others have to earn it. It's not like the Lucha Bros lost in the finals and then had some big miraculous victory the next week. No. I don't even think they wrestled the next week after losing. So it's just like, this is WWE bullshit. Giving guys title shots just to give them title shots because the fans like them, or because management likes them, or just because, hey, we need a title match. And then to make this a triple threat for no reason at all, why? So Grayson and Uno worked over Mark Quinn in his corner early. Cassidy tagged in and hit a double stomp. Grayson hit a Uranagi, and the Dark Order went after Cassidy. Grayson hit a slingshot senton from the ring to the apron as we went to a commercial break. After the break, Uno was still working over Cassidy. Cassidy hit a vertical suplex into a double down. Quinn got the hot tag, but Dark Order cut him off, so he really didn't get a hot tag. Dark Order went for their tandem finisher, the Fatality, but Quinn escaped and then hit a second rope moonsault. Quinn then hit a tope con hilo, then a springboard, and a crossbody on Grayson for a near fall. Uno then hit a cannonball on Cassidy, and Grayson hit a 450 on Quinn for a 2. Dark Order then teased the Fatality again, and Private Party hit the silly string on Uno, then the gin and juice on Grayson, and Cassidy pinned Grayson. This then now puts Private Party into a triple threat match at Full Gear with the All Elite Wrestling World Tag Team titles on the line, and I don't like this. I don't like this at all. It's not that I don't like Private Party being in the match because they earned their shot. But why the hell are we just giving the Lucha Bros a title shot? Why are we just saying, oh, Lucha Bros, yeah, everyone likes you. You're cool. Logan, yeah, I know about the Angelico and Jack Evans working AEW Dark. I was told that during the tapings. But it was just like they were supposed to be in this number one contender match. And then they were pulled, and it was turned into a regular tag match, which was fine because the match was fine. But my whole thing is just, why are we giving guys title shots to give them title shots? I get Cody just getting his shot because he picked up a bunch of victories. He's got a good record. That's their thing. But here's my thing. Yeah, the Lucha Bros may have a good record, but their last match was a loss. How are you going to go from a loss straight to a title shot when your last loss was with the titles on the line? It's just dumb. So then we got a Chris Jericho hype video. Well, actually, after the tag match, both Lucha Bros and SCU went down to the ring, and the crowd was going nuts. So we get this Chris Jericho hype video. But for some reason, the first 60 seconds or so of the video, we can hear the live crowd going nuts and chanting for SCU and Logan Richardson. I believe this Chris Jericho video did play for the live crowd. Correct me if I'm wrong. But here's the thing. As the video was playing, were those three tag teams that are in the tag team title match this Sunday still doing things to pander to the crowd? Still doing things to hype up the crowd and get reactions? Because like I said, the first 60 seconds of this video, this hype video of Jericho, where we shouldn't be hearing rowdy crowds. We heard rowdy crowds and SCU chants. So let me know if I, heard something wrong on TV, if something was done wrong on TV or what. So Sammy Guevara was offering Chris Jericho choices of the bubbly. But Jericho seemed a little preoccupied. Guevara put Jericho over as the youngest champion in AEW history, which is like, he's the only champion, you goob. Then they cut to Jake Hager, and then took the camera off him really fast. Santana and Ortiz put over Jericho. Virgil, billed as Soul Train Jones, said Jericho has been driven since he met him 12 years ago. Jones said that Jericho is like the Olive Garden breadstick, unlimited. Patricia Bobsky, Chris's aunt's friend from church. How random is that? She said that Jericho will beat the shit out of Cody. Jericho said on Saturday, Cody will have a lot on his mind. He's going to have a lot of meetings. He's got a lot to do as an executive. But Jericho only has one thing on his mind. One thing to worry about, and that is being in Baltimore to get the best bubbly after he defeats Cody. Jericho said that he will be bathing in champagne. He said it's tough to carry the weight of this company on his shoulders, but he does it anyways because he's le champion. I don't know if this was supposed to be a serious or a funny video, but I took it more as comedy than anything. So then we had a tag team match. Emi Sakura and Jamie Hayter against Shanna and Riho. And this match was supposed to build up, which it kind of did. Riho defending the AEW Women's World Championship against Emi Sakura at the pay-per-view. Riho and Sakura traded takedowns and early pinfall attempts. Sakura threw Riho across the ring by her hair. Riho looked to tag out, but Hayter jumped in and cut her off. Shanna then finally did get a tag and hit Sakura with a knee for a 1. Riho and Shanna hit tandem offense. Sakura came back with an underhook backbreaker on Riho and then managed her first tag to Hayter. And they really played up in this match that Emi Sakura is really like the mentor of Riho, helped train Riho, and really got Riho to where she is. Hayter and Sakura used quick tags here to work over Riho. Sakura used a Romero special. Hayter used a camel clutch and then hit some stomps on the right hand of Riho. And then Hayter hit a slam and a chin lock. Riho came back with a head scissors on Hayter, then a double stomp to Sakura. Shanna got the hot tag and ran wild with some forearms on Hayter, got a 2 count. Hayter came back with a backbreaker over her knee. Shanna crawled to her corner to attempt a tag, but Hayter pulled Riho off the apron. Shanna hit a crossbody from the top rope, wiping out both Hayter and Sakura. Hayter and Sakura cut off Shanna again, and Hayter hit a Shining Wizard for a 2. Hayter hit 2 lariats and made a cover, but Riho saved her. Sakura then hit Riho with an underhook backbreaker and a cover. Riho saved her with a double stomp. Riho then gets the tag. The two then trade cradles. Riho goes for the pin, and the referee literally has to stop her own 3 count because Sakura doesn't kick out in time. She then rolls up Riho and pins Riho, so the champion got beat just days before the pay-per-view. Logan Richards said the video played after the tag match. I get that. But here's the interesting thing, is that at the beginning of that video on television, we still heard the crowd going wild for SCU in the background. That was my question, was when the video started, were SCU still out in front of the crowd was my question. So I thought this was okay. Good women's tag match, but it did go a little long. Next up, we got a Brandi Rhodes and Awesome Kong hype video. I don't know what Brandi's supposed to be, and I don't like this. I don't like evil Brandi, and then at the same time, she thinks she's Stephanie fucking McMahon. Because Stephanie will go out there and do all the publicity as, love me, I'm the face of this company, I do all the media, I go on TV, I talk at all the conventions, I talk at all the TED Talk type deals. But then you come to TV and you're going to hate me because I'm the heel, I'm the bad guy. And what is this thing with Brandi? So we get this video package. Brandi's sitting in a chair. Brandi says she's underestimated and dismissed because of who she is and who she's married to. She says she's coming, and she's bringing Kong with her. She said that she needed to wait for a lapse in judgment before unleashing Kong. She says she's not a bimbo, and asks, who are the bullies now? Very odd, very strange, very unlikely that this gets over with anybody. I don't fucking know. She's supposed to be a heel. But at the same time, watch. She does these heel promos, attacks Jamie Hayter on frickin' Dynamite, but watch. She's going to come down to the ring with Cody on Saturday, all happy-go-lucky, my man, my man. I don't like it. Manny Smith, no, I have not yet watched the AEW Countdown to Full Gear. I will watch it after this, actually, though. But I don't know what Brandi is. Is she a witch? Is she a wizard? Warlock? Summoner? Of voodoo? What the hell is she? I guess she's the pallbearer to Awesome Kong's Undertaker. She's got all the power to control Awesome Kong. What the hell? So then we got Shawn Spears versus Brandon Cutler. I thought this match was really good as far as a squash match to get over Shawn Spears. Traded wrist locks early. Spears hit a clothesline. Cutler hit a high kick and then a slingshot senton over the top to the apron. Spears cut him off and sent him into the barricade. And my first thought was, Spears still thinks he's in WWE, because in WWE you can just rail somebody into the barricade and it's okay. In All Elite Wrestling, they use these guardrail deals, not barricades. And so he just threw Brandon Cutler as hard as he could into this guardrail, and I swear to God, the guardrail bumped back at least 2 rows. Finally, they get back into the ring, and Spears hits a chop. Cutler came back with a series of kicks. Spears hit a pump kick and used the Death Valley Driver for the victory. Spears then teased a Death Valley Driver on a chair when Joey Janela would run out and make the save for Cutler. Spears ran off, and it looks like the direction we're going is Janela versus Spears. Maybe they do that on the pre-show. We've got one match already announced on the pre-show in B. Priestley and Britt Baker, so maybe we can get a second match on the pre-show for the pay-per-view as well with these guys, as there are already 6 matches on the main card. Just a thought. I don't know if that's exactly what's going to happen or not, though. So then we got a John Moxley, Kenny Omega hype video. They played clips from Moxley's promo from last week. Omega mocked the idea that Moxley was upset that this match is a hardcore match. He said, what else were we going to do, John? Chain wrestle? Omega thanked Moxley for putting his back against a wall, because that's where he does his best work, when he's up against the wall. Moxley said that he's looking for people to bring out the worst in him, not the best in him. They used footage of Moxley on the indies, going through tables, fighting with barbed wires, so forth, and this was a cool little hype video, and I think this is one of the better things to hype up a match for the pay-per-view, because really they didn't hype up anything else. Yeah, they kind of hyped up Jericho and Cody with Cody's promo, but I didn't like Cody's promo, especially with him saying, I'll never challenge for the title if I don't beat Jericho. How many times have we heard people say that before? This is your last time to challenge for the belt. If you don't beat this guy as the champion, you'll never get a shot again. And then 3, 4, 6 months later, that same guy's getting a shot. I don't like that stipulation getting put on things, because it never sticks in the long run. It never does. So then we got our main event. It was Chris Jericho and Sammy Guevara against Kenny Omega and Hangman Page. And I just never got into this. I don't know if it was the fact of, I'm waiting for this show to end so I can go watch the OC versus Ciampa, Matt Riddle, and Keith Lee, or what, but just going to say that match, way better than anything on Dynamite tonight. If you haven't seen, not going to spoil anything because this isn't a NXT review. If you haven't seen NXT tonight, you need to go watch that goddamn main event. The last 20 minutes of that show, 15, 20 minutes, boy howdy. Anyways, Jericho, Guevara, Omega Page. So Guevara and Omega started off. Omega demanded Jericho tag in, and Jericho did. And then, of course, tagged right back out. Omega and Guevara traded wrist locks and takedowns. Omega hit a series of chops, a back elbow in the corner, and a back suplex before tagging in Page. Omega hit a Kitaro Crusher, then Page connected with a standing shooting star press for a 2. Page hit a bridged fall-away slam for a 2 again. Guevara hit a kick and managed to tag into Jericho. Jericho hit a missile dropkick off the middle rope, then used some ground and pound strikes. Jericho and Guevara used quick tags here to work over Page, and Page finally took down Jericho with a clothesline. Omega and Guevara both tagged in here. Omega hit a double sledge to the chest for a 2. Omega hit the You Can't Escape for a 2. Omega tried a suplex and Guevara landed on his feet. Guevara then hit 2 enziguris on Omega. Omega then kicked Guevara out of the air off of a springboard crossbody attempt. Jericho tried to cut off Omega with a Terminator before he hit a Terminator dive. Omega sent him outside and teased a dive on both Guevara and Jericho when Jake Hager jumped on the apron and hit Omega from behind, cutting him off. Guevara and Jericho then worked Omega over during a commercial break. It was the last break of the show, and Omega got a near fall off a backslide. After the break, Guevara choked Omega with the top rope. Page got the hot tag and hit a follow-away slam on Jericho, then a plancha to Guevara. Page teased an Alabama slam, but Jericho blocked it. Jericho then went for the walls, and Page blocked it. Omega threw Guevara over the top rope, but Hager caught him. Omega hit a dive to both Guevara and Hager. Page then hit a moonsault off the top on all 3 men. Pac would then run down and hit a low blow on Omega while Jericho distracted the referee. Here's my thing. I've said for a while that in All Elite Wrestling, there's too much, the ref just sees the interference. Now, we get the interference, but the referee gets distracted. Cool. But why do we need so much interference? Yeah, the referee's distracted, so it's not a real DQ. But we already had the interference from motherfucking John or Jake Hager. Why did Pac need to run down? Why did Pac need to run down at all? It just didn't make no sense for him to run down before the match was over. It seems like AEW only knows how to do a couple things with their big stars. Interference and brawls. Because we get them in every main event almost. Every big match. At least on Dynamite. So like I said, Omega got hit with the low blow. Jericho distracted the referee. Jericho then hit the Judas effect on Page and pinned Page, picking up the victory. After the match, the Inner Circle would all come down and beat on Page. Cody would run down and make the save. Cody hit an uppercut on Guevara. Jericho and Hager backed up the ramp as MJF came down with a chair and dropped Hager with it. He then chased Jericho into the ring. And Cody got the best of Jericho for a moment with a crossroads. Moxley then entered the building with a barbed wire bat through the fans, the crowd. Jericho used that as a distraction, and he took out Cody for a moment. Hager and MJF brawled to the back. Omega and Moxley faced off in the ring with their respective barbed wire weapons. Santana and Ortiz would then run down and attack both. The Young Bucks would enter and attack Santana and Ortiz. The Bucks then hit stereo suicide dives, then brawled up the ramp with Santana and Ortiz. And again, just a way too over-convoluted brawl that didn't really need to happen. I get it. It's supposed to, quote-unquote, build to the pay-per-view. This didn't do one goddamn iota to make me more interested in the pay-per-view. If anything, I was less interested after I saw this. I was just like, another damn brawl. At one point, everybody's fighting up top of the stage. Nick Jackson goes on top of the entrance area and does a dive off on top of a bunch of people that knocks Jericho over into a cameraman, knocks the cameraman down. Omega hit a V-trigger on Moxley at one point. Oh, no, he attempted a V-trigger. Moxley hit a paradigm shift on Santana. Everyone mentioned above continue brawling. Omega and Moxley brawled to the back. The Elite and the Inner Circle continued to brawl on the ramp as the show went off the air. They teased a possible War Games type thing between the Elite and the Inner Circle. We'll see how that all does go. Cody said something about the quote-unquote match beyond. And that is War Games. War Games, the match beyond. Of course, they can't use the name War Games because WWE has that trademarked. I'm pretty sure they got the trademark from MLW, who had trademarked it originally. And yeah, another brawl to end another Dynamite. This was our go-home show. Not a bad show, but I would have expected more, especially building up that pay-per-view. this coming Saturday, because this show did nothing to pique my interest, to make me more excited for the show. I'm going to watch the show because I think Cody and Jericho can be a good match. Moxley and Omega can be a good match. Pac and Hangman can be a good match. There's going to be good matches on the show. But this show tonight, which is supposed to be our go-home show, and this is the same thing I criticized WWE about. It's supposed to be our go-home show to get us more interested for the pay-per-view. And a lot of times WWE doesn't do that. A lot of times WWE gets you less interested, and that is what AEW did for me tonight. You guys can have your different opinions. You guys can say, no, I liked the brawl at the end. It built up all your main matches. But did it really? When you had all these guys just brawling each other. I get where they're going. A big inner circle versus elite match at the next pay-per-view, whenever that's going to be, whether that's not till next May or they do something before May, because we know next May is going to be another Double or Nothing. So maybe they do a pay-per-view in like March before that, maybe February. And that could be their big War Games type, full-on, full-blown, just hellacious match. I don't know. But Cody did tease a War Games type thing saying Match Beyond. That was the tagline always for War Games. War Games, the Match Beyond. And we'll see where it goes. But with that, that was tonight's AEW Dynamite. I want to say thank you to everybody who did join me here tonight to talk about Dynamite Live, and everybody who watched it later right here on YouTube or listened on podcast services all around the world like iTunes, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, SoundCloud, Spotify, Google Play Music, and so much more. If we're not on the podcast app you use, let me know. Hit me up either personally at TimmyBuddy or on Twitter at PWUnlimited and say, hey, I listen to all my podcasts on this service. I can't find you guys. Search PWUnlimited Podcast. And if you can't find that, let me know and I'll see if I can get it added. We will be live again tomorrow night, same time, talking about NXT from tonight. And then we go on with SmackDown and Full Gear on Saturday. So again, I want to say thank you guys for everybody who joined me here live and watched later. Have a good night, guys, and we'll see you tomorrow.